Hey everybody, welcome to That Vinyl channel. I'm That Vinyl Guy Boz. So I took the last week off, and here in the US it was the 4th of July weekend, and I pretty much just relaxed, and I played some records. And last Monday on the 4th I went over to a friend's house for a barbecue and some good time and laughs, and play some darts, and it was just a great time. And so I just took a break from making videos. Now I'm back, and this is going to be another Mondays on My Turntable. So if you're not familiar with what this is, on Mondays is a good day for me to clean a bunch of records. I usually play everything that I clean, and what I do is I'm going to go ahead and show you here a video of the records that I cleaned today. Most of them anyways. These are the records that I'm going to try to play today. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and show you all the covers to all these records, so you know exactly what I'm going to play. I'm also going to go ahead and show you some records that I got in the mail in the last week or so. And so that's what this is. So I'm going to go ahead and show you all the covers to all the records I'm going to play today, coming up right after this. Okay, now let's get to the meat of the video, which is the records I want to play today. Here's the records. Here's a stack of records I plan on playing today. These are records that have come in the mail either recently. This top one came in the mail today. The ones below came in the mail recently, or maybe even a little further back, but just haven't played them yet. So I do have two stacks here to show you. So I'm going to show you this stack first. So this here is Cutt, which is a rock band from 1986. I ordered this actually from Japan. So I got a really good deal on this on an eBay auction. I generally don't do auctions, but you know, nobody bid on this, and I put in 2 bids, and I won it, and I got it for a pretty inexpensive price compared that it came from Japan. And this is a record that I've been wanting for a while. Okay, so the next record here is Billy Joe Piano Man. This is a Walmart exclusive tan swirl vinyl. It says here Billy Joe 50. Now this is not saying that this album is 50 years old. It is not. What they're celebrating is 50 years of Billy Joel making music. So they actually put out several of his records through Walmart. I think I got 2 of them all together. So this one and another one. But this one I don't have in my collection at all. So I went ahead and decided to go ahead and pick it up on this very awesome reissue. Okay, and the next here is The Road Starts Here, Aerosmith, 1971. So what this is they went through and they found these rehearsal tapes that nobody had heard or seen in a very long time, and they decided to go ahead and release these. So this is just a rehearsal tape from 1971 that they went ahead and released on the record. And let's go ahead and take a look at that hype sticker there. But very cool. I've wanted this for a while, and I finally was able to go ahead and pick it up. Okay, and the next here is a Toto 4. This is an RSD Essential. I'm not really even sure what that is. I looked them up online, and they're definitely some company pressing records, Record Store Day Essentials, but I don't know if they're really associated with Record Store Day, or if they're just commandeering the name. But I am a big fan of Toto. This is supposed to be the 40th anniversary on Bloodshot vinyl. So, and since, being a big fan of Toto, I want to go ahead and get this on a color reissue. So again, this is a Toto 4 RSD Essential. Okay, and here we have another Japanese pressing, although this one didn't come from Japan. I mean, it did come from Japan, but I didn't buy it from a seller in Japan. I bought it from a U.S. seller. But this is Space Odyssey. This is a 1978 pressing. Basically, this is just sci-fi themes from a bunch of the movies from the 80s. We're talking about Star Wars, theme from Star Trek, theme from 2001, Close Encounters, Planet of the Apes, etc., etc. So some of these are from the London Philharmonic Orchestra, And some of these are by the Galactic Symphony Orchestra. So, but I do love these orchestra renditions of these classic sci-fi movies. I have several of these type of records in my collection. So it's very cool that this one is a Japanese pressing of it. So Space Odyssey from 1978. Okay, and here is a soundtrack. This is Batteries Not Included. This came in the mail last week. I picked it up for a really good price off of Discogs. I haven't seen this movie since it came out in 1987. So I believe even back then I watched it only once. Now, Steven Spielberg is one of the executive producers on this. So it was a very good movie. I really liked it a lot. It had some of the actors in it from Cocoon. My wife had never heard of this movie before. I had never seen it before. Whenever the soundtrack came in, I showed it to her and she goes, "What's that?" So we actually rented it from Amazon and sat down and watched it, and it was great to go ahead and see it again. And my wife loved the movie. And here is Kiss Off the Soundboard, live at Donington from August 17th, 1996. So here's the hype sticker for it. Now I did go ahead and open this up because I had a friend of mine online who bought the same record, and he said that they actually gave him two number 2 records and no number 3 records. So I was curious if they had messed up on mine as well. I didn't want to leave it sealed and having a problem. So I opened it up briefly to look at it, and it had one number 1 record, one number 2, one number 3. I know that he contacted the website he bought this from, and they said that they were just going to go ahead and send them out every replacement record, which is great. But this was also pressed on red vinyl. So I'm a big fan of Kiss. So I can't wait to go ahead and play this. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the records that I do plan on playing today. Let me push this stack forward here, get a better look. Okay, so this is a record that I bought. I've already played it one time. I want to hear it again. But I bought this about 2 months ago in a trip out to Tampa at a Tampa record store. So this is Ghoul music, sounds and dance music. And here it talks about the twist, the frog, the foxtrot, the holly goalie. This is back from the 60s when they had all those funny little names for the dances. Here's the name of the main artist, Frankie Stein, and his Ghouls. So what's very cool about this record is that this record, well, first of all, of course, Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I really like getting Halloween stuff. But and I'll show you here some of the names of the songs, side A and side B. So, but what's also very cool about this is that this is a stereo pressing. Okay, so this came out in 1965. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize that stereo pressings, stereo records in general, as far as the sales go, they did not catch up and pass mono records until 1971, at least in the U.S. anyways. So up until 1971, you had more mono records being sold than stereo records being sold. And this was from 1965. So the best I can tell is for every one stereo record that was being sold, they were selling 2 mono records. So they were selling twice as many mono records in 1965 as stereo. So around that time frame, if you come across a stereo record, it's something that you may want to go ahead and get and hold on to because, they definitely did not, in general, press as many of them. So I also recently got a 1964 Chuck Berry record, and I looked online, and that record was only pressed in mono. They didn't even press any stereo pressings of that record until it was reissued in the 1970s. So you have that as well. But I was very happy to get this. It has a very cool label on the front of the record. Let me go ahead and show you what that label looks like. Okay, and on to the next record. This is a record that I also picked up not too long ago. The Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange. I always thought it was a Clockwork Orange, but is it just Clockwork Orange? Well, it looks like it's just Clockwork Orange. So anyways, I really like this movie a lot. And go ahead and show you the inside of this cover. It has just some scenes from some stills from the movie. Very cool. So this movie came out in 1972, and I'm a big fan of soundtracks. And I found this in a local used record store recently for a really good price. So I went ahead and I picked it up. Okay, and the next is the Georgia Thunderbolt. Can We Get a Witness? So this is a band that formed in 2015. They're from Georgia, of course. So they definitely had built up a following. And last year in 2021, they finally were able to get a record release, which is awesome. But they're basically a southern rock band, and they're really good. Okay, so this is a record that I picked up also from a used record store in their bargain bin. I never heard it before, Big Rick, but based on everything I can tell, that this was a rock record. Now, this was released in 1983. I graduated high school in 1983, so I'm really big, in the music of 1983. I wasn't really sure, what kind of music it was going to be, but I was pretty sure no matter what, I was probably going to like it. So when I played it, my wife was in the house, and she asked me if I was playing the Cars. Definitely the Cars from Heartbeat City era, which is roughly around the same time that this came out. So I listened to it, and I could tell why she thought that, because they do sound like the Cars. But I really liked most of the songs from the record, and they're pretty good. They only put out one record, though, and this is it here. So this is Big Rick from 1983. Okay, and this here is Sam and Dave. I got this from the same store that I picked up the last record from the bargain bin. I paid a couple dollars for it, but it was in really nice shape. It's a 1966 record on the Roulette label. Sam and Dave, again, it's a stereo pressing. But it's just a bunch of songs. It's a compilation album. It's just a bunch of songs by Sam and Dave. Okay, and next here is Roux. I'm not really sure exactly how it's pronounced, but this is a band that I got into in the last few years. I have several other records, but I didn't have this one, and I also got this one from the same bargain bin as the last two I showed you, which is a couple dollars. But this is So Fired Up, which is the band's fifth album. It came out in 1983. So they're just a rock band. But I do like them a lot. And that's it. That's Roux, So Fired Up. Okay, and the next is going to be from the Cars. This is Shake It Up. So this here is a remastered, limited edition record on neon green vinyl. Let me go ahead and show you here what that neon green vinyl looks like. I'm a big sucker when it comes to color records, and I'm a huge fan of the Cars. So when Amazon had this, I went ahead and picked it up. But very cool reissue, and I can't wait to go ahead and play this. So this is the Cars, Shake It Up. Okay, next is Shinedown. The Sound of Madness. This is a Walmart exclusive, issued on rainbow splatter vinyl. Let me go ahead and show you here what that vinyl looks like. It's actually like a white translucent color with the rainbow splatter, but I think it looks pretty cool. Let me go ahead and show you here what the inside of the cover looks like. There you go. But very cool. I do like Shinedown, and I did play this once, but I pulled it out. I'm gonna go ahead and play it again. Okay, and we have here Blink 182. This here is an Urban Outfitters exclusive pressing of it. It was pressed on neon pink. Let me go ahead and show you what that neon pink looks like. It's pretty bright, but I think it looks pretty cool. And let me go ahead and show you what the inside of this one looks like. So there you go. But I do like Blink 182, and I was happy to go ahead and get this record, and I'm going to go ahead and play it. And finally, we have Peter Frampton, Premonition. So interesting about Peter Frampton here. I grew up with Peter Frampton Comes Alive. It was a record actually my brother had, but we shared a room, so both of us played it quite often. But I would say in the last 10 years, I've been slowly buying his studio albums here and there whenever I find them in bargain bins. Like I found this one. This one here was just for $1. So, I know I didn't have it. Pretty much any time that I do, I pick up a studio album of his. I like it, so I have no doubt that I'm gonna like this one as well. This one was put out originally in 1986, and this is an original copy. This is the Peter Frampton's 9th studio record, so I can't wait to go ahead and listen to it and check it out. Okay, and that's all I have for you today. I do want to go ahead and thank everybody for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, now is a great time to do so. Don't forget to go ahead and tap on that subscribe button and be sure to bash on that bell for notifications, and that way you know when I put up brand new videos. But once again, I do want to thank everybody for being here. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see everybody next time.